If you've ever felt a chill while wandering through the vast wilderness of America's national parks, you're not alone. Hidden within the beauty of nature are mysteries that defy explanation. These are the beaches that haunt the trails, the stories that make you think twice before entering the wilderness alone. From vanished children to cursed canyons, these unsolved mysteries will send chills down your spine. Let's dive into the 20 most terrifying mysteries hiding in America's national parks, where the wild isn't just scenic, it's downright unsettling. 20. The Curse of Joshua Tree. Joshua Tree National Park. Joshua Tree National Park is famous for its unique desert landscape and striking rock formations, but it also holds a darker reputation. Local legends speak of a curse tied to the Joshua trees themselves, believed by some Native American tribes to harbor the spirits of the dead. Visitors have reported feelings of unease, hearing disembodied voices, or seeing shadows darting between the trees at night. The curse is said to affect those who take pieces of the Joshua tree home as souvenirs, bringing bad luck or misfortune. Whether rooted in superstition or something more tangible, the eerie aura of Joshua Tree adds another layer of mystery to its haunting beauty. 19. The Vanished Students. Olympic National Park. In 1997, two college students set off for a weekend backpacking trip in Olympic National Park, known for its dense forests and breathtaking scenery. They were experienced hikers and had planned a straightforward route. But when they failed to return, a massive search operation was launched. Despite weeks of searching, no trace of the students was ever found. The rugged terrain makes it plausible that they became lost or injured, but the complete absence of any evidence, no gear, clothing, or remains, has left investigators puzzled. It's as if the forest swallowed them whole, adding their names to the long list of those who have disappeared in national parks without a trace. 18. The Enigmatic Petroglyphs. Canyonlands National Park. Canyonlands National Park in Utah is home to ancient petroglyphs carved into rock walls by Native American tribes thousands of years ago. While these carvings provide a glimpse into the history of the people who once inhabited the area, some of the images are more puzzling than informative. Among the most mysterious are figures that resemble humanoid beings with elongated heads and strange body shapes. These figures have sparked wild theories, ranging from extraterrestrial visitors to ancient gods. What these petroglyphs truly represent remains unknown, and their meaning may forever be lost to time, leaving us to wonder what these ancient people were trying to convey. 17. The Ghosts of Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier National Park. Mount Rainier is not only an iconic peak, but also the site of eerie, ghostly encounters. Over the years, hikers and climbers have reported strange apparitions appearing in the mist, including the figures of long-dead mountaineers who perished in tragic accidents. One of the most famous ghost stories involves the 1946 disappearance of 6 climbers whose bodies were never recovered. Since then, numerous visitors have claimed to see ghostly figures on the slopes, silently moving through the fog before vanishing. Whether these are the spirits of lost adventurers or something else entirely, the ghosts of Mount Rainier add an unsettling element to its already treacherous heights. 16. The Disappearance of Bessie and Glen Hyde. Grand Canyon National Park. In 1928, newlyweds Bessie and Glen Hyde set out on what was meant to be an adventurous honeymoon, a boat trip down the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon. They were last seen by other boaters near the canyon's rim, and then they vanished without a trace. Their boat was eventually found intact with all their supplies, but the couple was gone. Despite extensive searches and investigations, no bodies or clues were ever recovered. Some speculate that they drowned, while others believe they may have fallen victim to foul play. Over the years, rumors have swirled about sightings of Bessie living under a new identity, but none have been confirmed. Their disappearance remains one of the Grand Canyon's most haunting mysteries. 15. The Cursed Gold. Superstition Mountains, Arizona. The Superstition Mountains in Arizona are infamous for their rugged beauty and tales of hidden treasure, specifically the legendary Lost Dutchman's gold mine. Many have sought the fabled riches said to be buried within the mountains, but few have returned unscathed. The legend tells of those who found the mine only to meet tragic fates soon after, fueling the belief that the gold is cursed. Strange deaths, disappearances, and accidents have plagued treasure hunters for over a century. Some believe that the curse is tied to the spirits of Native Americans who once inhabited the region, while others think the mountains themselves hold a dark, malevolent force. The allure of treasure still draws adventurers, but the curse continues to claim lives, making the Superstition Mountains one of the most mysterious and dangerous places in the American wilderness. 14. The Disappearance of Thelma Melton, Great Smoky Mountains. National Park, the Great Smoky Mountains make another appearance on this list with the perplexing case of Thelma Melton. In 1981, 58-year-old Thelma was hiking on a well-traveled trail in the park with friends. She was an experienced hiker, familiar with the terrain, and the walk was routine. But when Thelma walked ahead of her group, she vanished. Despite extensive searches and investigations, Thelma was never seen again. Her case has confounded investigators, as there were no signs of foul play, animal attacks, or even struggle. How could an experienced hiker disappear in broad daylight on a popular trail? The mystery remains unsolved, adding to the growing list of eerie disappearances in the Smoky Mountains. 13. The Haunted Inn, Mammoth Cave National Park. Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky is famous for being the world's longest cave system, but it's also known for something far more eerie, the park's old inn, rumored to be haunted. Built in the 1800s, the Mammoth Cave Hotel is said to house the restless spirits of those who died exploring the cave's treacherous passages. Visitors have reported strange occurrences, from ghostly apparitions wandering the halls to lights flickering on and off without explanation. Some have even claimed to hear the voices of those lost in the caves, calling out from the darkness. Whether it's the weight of history or something truly supernatural, Mammoth Cave's reputation as a haunted hotspot remains strong. 12. The Mysterious Scream, Big Bend National Park. Big Bend National Park, a vast expanse of rugged desert and mountainous terrain in Texas, is home to a terrifying sound that has haunted campers and hikers for decades. Known simply as the Scream, this blood-curdling noise has been heard echoing through the Chisos Mountains, often in the dead of night. Those who have heard it describe it as a high-pitched wail, unlike any animal or natural phenomenon. Despite multiple reports, the source of the scream has never been found. Some believe it could be the spirit of a lost traveler or a vengeful ghost wandering the isolated canyons of the park, while others think it may be something far darker lurking in the shadows. 11. The Mystery of the Anasazi, Mesa Verde National Park. The Anasazi people, also known as the ancestral Puebloans, were once a thriving civilization in what is now Mesa Verde National Park. They built impressive cliff dwellings and complex structures, but around the 13th century, they abruptly abandoned their homes. To this day, no one knows why. Archaeologists have speculated about drought, warfare, or famine, but none of these fully explain the sudden and complete exodus. Some believe that the Anasazi may have been driven out by supernatural forces or dark energies lingering in the area. Visitors to Mesa Verde have reported strange feelings of being watched or hearing whispers in the canyons, fueling the mystery of why the Anasazi left their world behind. 10. The Tragedy of McCullough. Gulch, White River National Forest. In 2015, two experienced hikers set off on a trail in White River National Forest, near McCullough Gulch in Colorado. But something went terribly wrong. One of the hikers, Key, was found dead near the summit, while the other was discovered wandering in a state of shock and confusion several miles away. She had no memory of what had happened or how they became separated. While authorities ruled the death as accidental, the surviving hiker's amnesia and the bizarre circumstances have led to speculation of foul play or even supernatural interference. McCullough Gulch is known for its rugged beauty, but it may also be hiding darker forces that claim the life of an experienced adventurer. 9. The Unsettling Staircases, Various National Parks. Reports of mysterious staircases found deep in U.S. national parks have sparked numerous theories over the years. These staircases, often in pristine condition, appear out of nowhere, miles from any known structures. Even stranger, they seem to serve no purpose, just rising out of the forest floor and leading nowhere. Visitors and park rangers alike have stumbled upon these bizarre structures, with some claiming they feel an overwhelming sense of dread when approaching them. There's no clear explanation for the staircases. Are they remnants of forgotten civilizations? Or do they serve as gateways to another realm? Whatever the truth may be, their existence adds another layer of mystery to America's wild landscapes. 8. The Devil's Den, Arkansas. Devil's Den State Park. Despite its picturesque trails and lush scenery, Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas is known for something far more sinister. In 1946, 8-year-old Catherine Van Alst vanished while on a family camping trip. After a frantic search lasting several days, rescuers found her miles away from where she had disappeared. Completely calm and unharmed, despite her dangerous ordeal in the dense wilderness. Even more chilling was her strange demeanor. Catherine seemed confused and had no memory of how she ended up so far away. Some believe she may have wandered into a time slip or parallel dimension, while others think darker forces may be at play in the park's remote corners. The mystery of what happened to Catherine continues to baffle investigators and locals alike. 7. The disappearance of Paul Fugate, Chiricahua National Monument. Paul Fugate, a park ranger at Chiricahua National Monument in Arizona, went on a routine patrol one afternoon in 1980 and was never seen again. Colleagues grew concerned when Fugate failed to return from his rounds, but despite exhaustive searches, no trace of the ranger was ever found. His disappearance is especially strange because Chiricahua is a relatively small park, making it unlikely he simply got lost. Adding to the mystery, there were rumors of suspicious individuals seen in the area around the time of his disappearance, but no solid leads ever emerged. Whether Paul met with foul play or fell victim to the treacherous wilderness remains a mystery that haunts the park to this day. 6. The Unexplained Lights, Shenandoah National Park. Shenandoah National Park is known for its sweeping views of the Blue Ridge Mountains, but it's also home to a strange phenomenon, unexplained lights that appear and disappear without warning. Visitors have reported seeing glowing orbs floating through the trees or flickering in the distance. Some describe them as blue, others as red or white, but all share the same eerie sense that these lights aren't just fireflies. While some attribute the lights to natural causes like atmospheric conditions or reflections, others believe they are linked to something more mysterious. Could they be the spirits of lost travelers or something even more unearthly? No one knows for sure, but the unexplained lights continue to spook those brave enough to venture out after dark. 5. The Missing Germans, Grand Canyon National Park. In 1996, a German tourist family, including 2 young children, set off on what should have been a typical sightseeing trip to the Grand Canyon. But instead of marveling at the canyon's breathtaking views, they vanished without a trace. Their rental car was found abandoned, with no clues as to where the family had gone. Despite numerous searches and media coverage, no trace of the family has ever been found. What makes this case even more eerie is the complete lack of any evidence. No bodies, no belongings, no indication of foul play. It's as if they simply disappeared into thin air, swallowed by the vastness of the canyon. 4. The Cursed Cliff Dwellings, Mesa Verde National Park. Mesa Verde is known for its ancient cliff dwellings, built by the ancestral Puebloans over 700 years ago. But beneath its archaeological wonder lies a series of mysterious and unsettling events. According to local legend, visitors who disturb the ruins have reported strange occurrences, unexplained accidents, illnesses, and even eerie voices echoing through the canyons at night. Some claim that the spirits of the ancient inhabitants still roam the ruins, angry at the intrusion of tourists and treasure hunters. The Puebloans abruptly abandoned these homes centuries ago, and to this day, no one knows why. Could it be that the spirits of Mesa Verde are still protecting their sacred lands, warning intruders away? 3. The Strange Case of Stacy Arras, Yosemite National Park. One of the most disturbing disappearances in Yosemite National Park is that of Stacy Arras. In 1981, 14-year-old Stacy set off on a short walk away from her group to take photos of a nearby lake, promising she'd be back soon, but she never returned. Despite the search teams and park rangers scouring the area, no trace of her was ever found, only her camera lens. What baffles investigators to this day is that Stacy disappeared in a highly trafficked area of Yosemite, yet no one saw or heard anything. Could there be something more sinister hidden in the park's famed beauty? Stacy's case remains a chilling mystery that has left many wondering if the wilderness holds secrets darker than we dare imagine. 2. The Vanished Plane, Crater Lake National Park. Crater Lake, famous for its deep blue waters and mystical beauty, holds more than natural wonders. It's also the site of a chilling disappearance. In 1944, a B-24 bomber carrying 6 crew members took off on a routine training mission but never returned. The plane was last seen flying near Crater Lake National Park before vanishing from radar. Despite extensive searches, no wreckage was found for over 70 years. In 2014, hikers stumbled upon debris believed to be from the long-lost aircraft deep within the park. But even with this discovery, questions remain. How did the plane crash in such a remote area? Why did it take so long to find? And most chillingly, were there any strange forces at work beneath the lake's serene surface? 1. The disappearance of Dennis Martin, Great Smoky Mountains National Park in 1969. A typical family camping trip turned into a nightmare when 6-year-old Dennis Martin vanished without a trace in the Great Smoky Mountains. It all began innocently enough as Dennis played with his brother and other kids during a family outing near the Tennessee-North Carolina border. But within moments, Dennis had disappeared into the thick woods, leaving no sign of where he had gone. Despite extensive searches involving hundreds of volunteers and even the National Guard, no trace of the boy was ever found. What makes this case even more eerie are the reports of a mysterious figure seen lurking in the woods around the time of his disappearance. A figure some described as wild-looking. Whether a case of abduction, an unfortunate accident, or something more supernatural, the mystery of Dennis Martin still haunts the Smoky Mountains to this day. And there you have it, adventurers. 20 terrifying unsolved mysteries hiding in America's national parks. From eerie disappearances to cursed treasures, these stories remind us that the wilderness is not just a place of beauty, but also one of mystery and fear. If you love diving into the unexplained and enjoy exploring the unknown, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue to bring you stories like these from the darkest corners of the world. Thanks for watching, and remember, next time you're out on the trails, you might not be alone.